Welcome to District 69's Explain Everything. Today, I would like to explain the I Notice, I Wonder strategy. So here's what you do. You put an object on the board, some kind of a drawing, a piece of writing. This happens to be a very plain rectangle. You will notice no questions, no numbers. And you write a T-chart that says, I notice, I wonder. Instantly, the children's brains start clicking into action. At the beginning of this conversation, it's going to be very simple things that they notice, and then they start wondering things, and the TSN turning point comes when they ask what it is, and the kids start coming up with creative answers. After the class brainstorm with the I Notice, I Wonder strategy, I had the students draw their own rectangle on a piece of paper. They got to choose the measurements, and they got to choose what the rectangle represented. They also had to come up with a reason for why they wanted the measurements of their rectangle. Because students were so engaged in their own creative thinking, the teacher and I were able to work one-on-one with students as they needed the information. So this student, we realized quickly, was using the wrong units. She was trying to create a window that she could get a blind for. Centimeters created a very small window, and we showed her with a ruler, and she came to her own conclusion. We didn't have enough time for her to show this on the piece of paper, but she was certainly starting to understand. In this example, we have a cell phone. There isn't any writing to explain that, but I think it looks a lot like a cell phone. And the front piece is broken, so my guess is they'd like to know the dimensions so that they can replace the glass. This student did a fabulous job of measuring and coming up with a lovely area measurement. In this last example, the student wanted to have his dream man cave and wanted to paint a lovely feature wall. So to do this, he needed to have enough space for his flag, his TV, his desk, and his chair to all fit on the feature wall. You can see that initially these measurements were way too big. So this used to be 18 meters and this used to be 8 meters. When we showed him the meter stick, he realized that this was a very tall ceiling height here and this was a huge room. He changed his numbers to 8 by 3, which is much more manageable. Unfortunately, he didn't actually do the math correctly, but he really understood the idea of what the area was for his feature wall. So now what? Use your imagination. What could you use to put on the board? How about a photo, piece of writing, a map, a graph, or a chart? How about holding something in your hand that could be used as a provocation? Whatever it is, the I Notice, I Wonder strategy will engage students' brains and they do the work, not you. Have fun.